Fixtures are, as I told you, basically used for the application according to the machine, right? Or it can be classified according to the build. Build means what? Kind of, like the plate, or it can be indexing, it can be vice, right? It can be multi-station. Okay. Apart from the machine, it can be classified according to the build itself. Okay. According to the component structure, I can say. So first of all, we'll see how the classified of a fixture. Like as I told you, for the first, it is classified according to its build, and the second classification is according to the machine they are being used. Okay, so according to the build itself, these are various fixtures like plate, angle plate, wise jaw, indexing, multi-station, profile. So just like a jigs, the plate fixtures are like the component where the some kind of the your workpiece is just look as the plate. So in that case, plate fixtures being used. Angle plate is, as I told you, in the jigs as in the format where the clamping pressure is always right angle to the surface. In that case, angle plate fixtures are being used. And just like vice jaw jig, it is same as a fixture. Okay. So indexing as well, a multi-station like that, and profile. Profile is like, I will give you an example. Profile means it is completely located outside of the component. Okay, means if I will show you some kind of just I will draw over here. Let's say this is kind of your component shape. Okay, so profile means what? This is your outer profile. Okay, so it is required to, why it is called profile fixture, because this component has to be placed in such a way that the component has to be placed exactly the profile as look as this profile. Okay, so we have to make an arrangement such kind of, at the bottom the same profile has to be cut in the fixture, so that the component will place exactly on this profile only. So in this case it will call as a profile fixture. Okay, so the classification of fixture according to the machines that are being used, like the turning, milling, planing, broaching, stamping, welding, grinding, shaping, assembly, inspection. Okay, any kind of machines, that there can be used fixtures. Okay, now we'll see some design aspects of fixtures and jigs. So these are actually basic principles. Okay, for I can say the fundamental principles for making a jigs or fixture. Okay, so first is your locating points. Okay, I will conclude with this. Okay, means actually the slide is, as I told, I can say, understanding jigs and fixture, it will take, I can say at least we need 8 to 10 hours, I can say. Okay, but within an hour it is not possible. So whatever best possible we can discuss right now. Okay, so only will cover these of things, how the design principles for making an injection fixture. So for the locating points, so what are the locating points? When the component has to be machine, must be easily inserted. Okay, so whatever the component has to be machined, that has to be easily inserted and quickly taken out. Okay, from jigs or fixture, because there should not be time loss or time wastage in that placing of a workpiece to a proper position. Okay, because as I told you repeatedly, because the component has to be located in such a way that there should not be any time delay or work loss, because ultimately we are working for the more productivity, and we are working more volumes. So every time the job has to be placed in such a way that that has to be located at the same point for the every components. Okay, Now the position of the workpiece. So the position of workpiece should be accurate with respect to a tool guiding in the jigs or setting element in the fixture. So the position of workpiece is always important because we know where to machine that particular area. Okay. So the next point is foolproof. The foolproof means what? So your design must be such a way that like even a fool wants to make a mistake, he should not. Okay, he shouldn't. Okay, so your fixture must be foolproof. Okay, so if a operator wants to make some mistakes during the process, like the machining, or it can be locating, or it can be clamping, unclamping, loading, unloading, he cannot do any mistake. Okay, that is called foolproofing. So you have to design in such a, in that case only. Okay. So the next one is weight of jigs and fixture. The weight of jigs and fixture is always easy to handle, smaller in size, low cost in regard to an amount of material, and used without sacrificing rigidity and stiffness, because rigidity and stiffness gives you the vibration free. Okay, because of vibration there may be chances of chattering mark and the component. Okay, you might have seen, chattering marks in the milling machine during the activity, right? So that should not be arise during the activity. So your jigs or fixture must be much enough sturdy and rigid. So jigs with provided kits, jigs sometimes are provided with so that it can be easily located on the table. And there are, various material types being used for jigs and fixture. Okay, I will give you some names for the like different materials like MS, you can say EN8 or OHNS. Okay, so there are various materials like even the nylon materials are being used, the brass materials can be used. Okay, the cast iron bodies can be used. Okay, there are various materials can be used in the metal for the making of jigs and fixture. And the more important, okay, for making any design, clamping and locating, these are the major factors. Okay, the clamping and locating, because locating is your job and clamping is the how, where, and how to clamp that component. Okay, so as I told you, it should be as simple as possible without sacrificing effectiveness. Okay, and the strength of the clamp should be such that not only to hold the workpiece firmly, or it also to important. Okay, so reduction of idle time, cleanliness of machining process, replaceable part of standardization. This means uh, designing of any jigsaw fixture, you have to use some standard parts only, because you every time you not need to make the locating pins or the clamping any points. Okay, so these are some points we need to check into in your mind before making any design or jigsaw fixture. Okay, some elements of design fixture. The work must be located properly. The chip clearance, the materials, the constructions, the replacement of worn parts. We have to look after the safety. Okay. Okay, we'll not. I'm just moving a little fast on this case. Okay, these are some flow chart for for making any design progress. So we'll quickly move to that. Okay, these are some checklists for design of jigs and fixture.